Welcome to the Wolf's Den,
the podcast where passion,
hustle,
and collectibles
collide. We spotlight the leaders and innovators of the hobby, women entrepreneurs, female athletes, breaking barriers in sports, business, and collectibles space.
From rare finds to business insights, we bring you personal stories of perseverance, growth, and what's trending in today's industry. Whether you're a new collector or returning to the hobby or a leader forging their own path,
this is the Den, where the hustle never stops. Hi everyone, this is part 2 of our Wolf's Den. It's Pokemon Day, highlighting 2 of my special and favorite store in New York City. And second is special to me because Jimmy's a good friend of mine. Jimmy,
Hi, everyone.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jimmy. I am the owner of Montasy Comics here in Midtown near Bryant Park. And it's Pokemon Day.
Yeah, it's fun. To be honest with you, it was last minute. Thank you for accommodating.
No, I'm glad to be part of your den.
So I've known Jimmy for a long time, but I want him to kind of just introduce yourself and the store and how you,
Yeah, like I said, I am the owner of Montasy Comics. I've been actually collecting since I was very little. I first got into mangas, animes, when you're very, very little boy, running around using my allowances to buy a comic book or a manga. But then as I got older, I used my allowances to buy comics.
Okay.
And then I got into sports card collecting, and then I started playing trading card games, Magic, and it's definitely been a whirlwind. We've had the shop here in the Midtown for about 14, 15 years. And
you have a store before, right?
Yeah, we have one in Forest Hills. It's just, we opened it up here. We had Forest Hills like 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
But here it started growing really rapidly. So we want to make sure that I'm able to concentrate on getting it right.
Yep. So a little backstory. That's actually the first store I went to is the Flushing one. I don't think I met Jimmy there.
No, Jimmy's usually hiding somewhere.
But I've been to that store and there's not a lot of. I don't know TCG before, so I'm more like sports. Inserts, Jordans, and stuff like that. Just a little background. Jimmy's like a good friend, not just, a store here that, people that I meet in shows. So it's like for the longest time, I know your store, but we never really like caught up or, hang out and stuff like that. And then, during pandemic, we just kind of caught on and,
Yeah, and it was very interesting because what happened was in the early on in my career, when I was into collecting, I was also doing shows and all that and so forth. And I think I stopped somewhere along the line of late 90s.
Yeah, and that's when I started.
Yep,
so.
and that's when Sharon started. And I remember seeing her. I remember seeing Siobhan. I was like, oh, cool. More people in the industry. And by that time, I was thinking to myself, all right, let me take a little bit of a break.
A focus in the store, right?
Yeah, no, focus on the store, focus on what you would call my other career at that time. And then I had an opportunity and opened up shop. My view has always been focusing on what I consider things that people enjoy.
Yeah,
Right.
which is great, because a lot of the stores are like they just sell cards, sell product, but you actually hold a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, it was actually, it's pretty interesting because we started out with TCG, trading card games, and then you look at comic books.
Yep.
Right? Hence the name comics. And then when you look at sports cards, sports card, pop culture, all that good stuff. And then we're actually one of the first ones in Forest Hills that had a dedicated room for people to play trading card games. And at that time was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
Pokemon.
Magic, definitely. Right?
Magic. So we'll have pre-releases, we'll have events, we have everything else that's going on. And it's a great way to see people get excited about a product, come in, test out the game, play the game, and really talk among each other saying, wow, this is cool. Look at what this card is able to do, or look at this art and all that and so forth. And I think that's what, from a trading card standpoint, that's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Pokemon is more like work and business for me, you know. But now I just told Jimmy I might actually join some of his One Piece tournament.
Yeah, it's
I do, you know, we enjoy the manga, but I also watch like the Netflix series,
Yep.
and I also watch the 1300 episode, you know. So I mean, you enjoy those things
oh yeah,
too. So
I love it. I mean, it'll probably date me. Like one of my favorite manga was actually Doraemon.
oh yeah, that's one of the.
Oh, yeah, that's really far
Yep.
back. I mean, it's pretty much about a mechanical cat that
Yep,
has a
very
pocket.
popular. I
Yeah.
have a toy like that.
Yeah, and that that comes from the future,
Yep,
and is able to pull out all sorts of things from his pocket.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really cool, like what you're saying. And I think in the old days, when I
Yeah.
mean old days, is when pre-COVID, you have TCG. People are familiar with Pokemon. They're familiar with Magic. They're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
A nod to Timothy Chalamet, right?
And now he's doing tournaments.
Yeah. He was always playing Yu-Gi-Oh. But what I always felt, right, all these three things, whether it's you're collecting trading card games, you're collecting comic books, you're collecting sports cards or pop cultures, it's really the story that resonates with you.
Yep.
Right? You want to collect Jordan, you remember seeing his shots. Right?
Exactly.
You want to collect Kobe, you see, what Black Mamba did, right? And if you're talking about from trading card games, it is then the interaction amongst people, right? It's like we met each other, we were able to connect with each other
Yeah.
post-COVID more broadly, right? And in trading card games, you're sitting amongst
hang out
all the
with
people,
friends,
you're hanging
yeah.
out, you're talking about cards, common interests, and you also get to strategize and play amongst each other. So in the comics, very simply, the stories
I know.
that's being told and the artwork, the amazing artwork that's being done. So I think with all three of these, it's what allows people to kind of get together and meet up. Like people from all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Right? And it's one of those things where I think if we didn't see each other's, and if I didn't see you in the past, we met each other, and then we met each other, talked about what's going on post-COVID, we wouldn't have really hung out as often.
No, definitely. We like a lot of similar things, you know. Sports card for me is work. So, you know, I love collecting non-sport. You have lots of non-sport, and obviously Jeff, which is a good friend of ours too.
Yep.
Three of us is like when we go to shows, we just I know if it's good for us to be next to each other because we literally want the same thing.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think we're kind of like the enablers, right?
Yeah,
It's like, oh no, you should get that.
Yeah.
You should get that. No, this is good. This is really, really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
buy.
And our significant others are like,
Yeah, I mean, I think earlier when we were coming out, and then I think I heard Siobhan was like, "You bought what?
yeah.
What did you just pick up?"
And I'm like telling, like Katie, Jimmy just bought this. You know?
Did you see this? Did you see this? It's one of those things where I think it's the fun of collecting. Right, it's the joy of
And the
collecting
people you
things, yeah.
meet, you know.
No, absolutely. I mean, it is the people you meet, the story behind
Yep.
it, how they get the card,
Yep.
sometimes, and it's something that you would remember.
Yep.
There's
It's
an
a
attachment to it.
nostalgia type of thing. But let me tell you, so today's Pokemon
Yep.
Day, you know. This is my last stop, and I'm kind of
Well,
happy.
thank you very much.
Yeah. In general, what do you think of the growth of Pokemon through the years? You know, having a store, but not just as a store, like as a collector, and you know.
I've said this, kind of couple times, and it's just not just Pokemon. It's actually TCG, right? It's amazing to see how it has pretty much grow, but also how interchangeable or how to. I mean, what people perceive as different genre, different groups, right? That now it's sort of like we have folks coming into the shop that kind of goes from split out, go to TCG, sports, or let me get a box of this from Topps. Let me get a box of latest
Mix, right?
Pokemon One Piece. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna grab a couple comics. It is acceptable, not just, and it's understood, right?
It's kind of like a collectible umbrella.
It is.
You know?
It's amazing, and I think that's the connection part. I mean, I think what you see and what's amazing to me is the story I often told was that pre-COVID, we'll have guys, ripping packs, sports on one side, and they'll look across and like, what's that? Oh, trading card game. It's Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon. Yeah, it's like card game, and their cards. Oh, is there a rookie in there? That's a typical question, right? And then conversely, on the other side is, what are they doing? Opening all these stuff. Oh, it's sports. It's sports. can you play?
Oh no.
At that time, it's strictly what are the functionality of
Yep.
it. But now it's like, oh, hey, I collect both.
Yep.
Or so and so got
And a
me
lot
into
more people
this.
doing that now
Absolutely,
too.
absolutely. Because collecting is collecting. You're collecting what you love. You're collecting the story. You're collecting the cards that you feel with,
Yep.
and that's absolutely amazing.
Nice. So, I have a question about, price point, right?
Yep.
That's the thing about sports card. It's like somebody, Cooper gets hot, or Caitlin gets hot. Now the product prices is, just astronomical.
Yep.
But the good thing about Pokemon is I understand there's an increase, obviously, but it's still a kid could come in with his parents, and still could buy. Just talk about the affordability and why it's for different age and
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a great question because yes, has the price boxes and the singles is it much higher than they were years ago? Absolutely. But if you look at it another way, and I think this is something where I believe Pokemon Company has done an excellent job, right? Which is they really believe in trying to make sure that everybody is able to access it. So let's say a product, most recent product came out, Ascending Heroes. People think of it as, oh, it's only in a particular format, ETB. But then there are all these other configurations that allows people to have access to it. And you could get them in Target.
I know everywhere now.
You could get them in Costco. I mean, we've seen some of the videos.
Yeah.
So, but it's their effort in trying to be inclusive and make sure that everybody is able to access that. And for many, because there are different languages, there are collectors that says, oh, I also get to collect some Japanese Pokemon.
That's one thing I like about Pokemon. I think One Piece does that too.
Yep.
But to have but I think One Piece does he have Chinese? Or One Piece
I
just
have
have
not seen
Japanese
Chinese. I've seen
and English,
Chinese, yep.
right? But Pokemon, even from the start, they have like Spanish, Korean, it's just different,
Yep.
I know a customer, he's Italian and he's American, but his background is Italian, so he started collecting Pokemon that's Italian. Pretty cool, So with that, what do you think the future of like Pokemon or TCG?
I think the it is at the end of the day, right? You could collect the cards. You certainly appreciate the cards, right? I think the future, it's still if we want to use a sports analogy, I would say we're probably in the 6th inning of the TCG world.
Wow.
Right? It could even be earlier.
I think earlier, but I agree with you.
And if we look at it from the 6th inning standpoint, it's really the discovery that, wow, there are all these cards that are out there of things that I like.
That's
right?
true.
I mean, think of it this way. Let's go to switch gears and go to pop culture, right? Many people that collect comic books aren't aware of comic book cards that are out there. Many people that enjoy, let's say, Dragon Ball Z, Chainsaw Man, Bleach, love and continue to watch the anime, or Dragon Ball. Let's not forget that. Don't realize that there are games that are being produced and that there are people that are playing the games, right? And what I've seen, and this is why I say it's in the 6th inning, and maybe we could say 6th inning more closer to Pokemon standpoint. We've also seen more people who were collecting, who got into it during COVID, right? And post recently seeing, wow, this is all that and so forth, that now are going, you know what, I want to play.
Yeah. So this is a good question too. So somebody has told me, Pokemon came out with a digital, like a phone game, right? Years ago, Pokemon Go. And a lot of people thought that kind of brought a new type of players in. So Dragon Ball Z just relaunched like a massive campaign of a new app game. I think just this week, So now people like that are playing those apps, like, oh, now maybe let me go back. Well, do you think it has a correlation that they might play like the physical game?
Absolutely. I think it's being in the consciousness. It's the fact that you're playing the app. You're like, okay, cool. I'm playing the app. I'm playing with somebody, but at the same time, wouldn't it be cool to have the human connection with one another, right?
Play
'Cause-
with your friends.
Exactly. And sometimes it could be playing with somebody that you don't even know,
That's true.
right? And that's how I think you're able to meet each other. It's like it goes back to earlier.
Yep.
I wouldn't have met you if there isn't a common interest in the industry, right? And I think a lot of people, and I could even remember, I think about 5 years ago, Pokemon company came for like a interview, and they had interviewed some of our customers, and there were two individuals that share their collection.
Nice.
And what they talked about is they wouldn't have met each other if they didn't come here for Pokemon League. They wouldn't have met each other if they didn't get to see each other every week, and then decided to go to the Worlds, go to all the different tournaments, and then they began to talk to each other more on a personal level, right? And it's the relationship that you began to build, and just from staring at each other intently.
Yeah. It's like you're playing on your phone. You might have friends, but still, they play it, but it's not the same.
Exactly. So I think from a trading card game standpoint, playing standpoint, it's great from a community building. It's absolutely great also from a relationship standpoint amongst one another. But also, what it introduces is the collectability.
Yeah.
People love to collect. I mean, you and I both know, right?
That's why one of the reasons why I kind of into it too. I'm gonna be honest, but I love the artwork of it. I love the game, but I don't know if I have the patience to play the game. But I would love to learn it. For like the first time, I would like to learn the game. But with that said, so if you have like a new kid that want to get into it, right?
Yep.
Or you could say a 40-something-year-old new kid that want to get into it. What is your advice?
For one piece of Pokemon. No, I'm just kidding. For any of them, right?
TCG.
A lot of times what I would say from a TCG standpoint, there are two factors. There's the collectability, like I said earlier, and then there's playability.
So I should buy both, collect one set of opening for a tournament?
Yeah, it's possible. We've seen people who do that. But I think what is simply, the way I would look at it is this. If you're coming in, have a budget, and just think of it as you're really just enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And what I meant by you're really enjoying yourself is this. See what appeals to you, what you have fun with, right? Do you enjoy the interaction with somebody weekly basis, seeing different people, and being able to strategize with the cards there? Because in some ways, Pokemon, similar with Magic the Gathering, similar with Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece, etc. I have to say Magic a little because today is also the pre-release for Magic the Gathering for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Cowabunga. And as an overall TCG standpoint,
this is a little busy day today.
Slightly. We're using both floors. But I would say, I think when you're looking at it from that standpoint, join an event.
Yep.
Right? What's a good event to join? For Pokemon, pre-release event. Same as for Magic. Why pre-release event? That is the latest product launch. Most everybody is relatively new to the cards, to the functions, to what it does, and it's almost like you're opening a present, right?
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, you
can play with
open the packs, you build the pack, you have to think about it, and then you get to play with each other. There's a lot of components of it that allows the playability of TCG. And at the same time, as you're ripping them, or as you're unboxing, whoever want to say it, you also see the cool art that these artists done. And then that'll bring you back to the mangas and then or the anime that you see.
So with that question, if I do join a tournament, I want to play with those cards, but there are like some nice cards, like the hits in, let's say, One Piece.
Absolutely.
But some people said, I don't know if it's true, like some of the big hits are not really playable cards. They're more collectible cards. Is that true?
It's possible too. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very interesting. Like before now, right, where collectability is a huge thing. The thinking isn't always saying, oh, the initial thing was, oh, you have a hit, a cool card, cool art, cool everything to be able to do. But I think what happens is this.
Yes.
We always say playability is different than collectability.
Yep,
right?
definitely.
Playability is, hey, what could I use this card to really win, or what works with my deck,
Yeah. Yep.
right? And playability changes with new sets.
Yep.
With new sets, there are new abilities.
So you can't really mix it and play.
Oh, you could.
Oh, you
I
could?
mean,
Oh,
for
okay.
Pokemon, I mean, the way they've done it is it's a good way where they're saying for certain periods, where these products are produced, they call it standard, and these cards are playable,
Okay.
right? So they're different formats without going into all the details. But what happens is there are certain cards that could be like, you wouldn't look at it and go, okay, it's not collectible. I don't really care much about it. But because it's used so much as playability, then the value of that skyrockets. Now, it's not the same level as the hits that people look at in the case. So that in itself is one thing. But then after it being played, when the new set comes out, there are other cards that that changes the dynamic of the decks. Okay, then you have other decks, and that's what makes it also fun, right? And that's where I think the playability comes in. And it doesn't mean, like, for example, I think in Bandai, early Dragon Ball
Yep.
sets, they also have voice actor signatures.
Oh,
comes
in the
in.
set?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think it's either a case hit or something like that, or special gold signature things.
Didn't One Piece have something like a
They
signature
did that, yeah.
Not real signature, like a facsimile.
Yeah, facsimile type thing. And it has become a, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're able to play it.
Yeah, exactly. But those are, see, that's a good combination of collectability and, you know.
Exactly. And then I think now I have to confirm whether or not this is true. I heard a rumor that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be adding sequentially numbered. So for those Yu-Gi-Oh! fans,
I think this has something to do with the serial number with One Piece that's going insane right now.
serial number with One Piece, serial number with Magic, started off with the 101.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? The One
The Lord of the
Ring,
Rings.
by Post
Yep,
Malone.
yep.
I mean, so you have those collectability, but then you have other cards that.
But those are not playable cards, right?
Oh no, you can play it.
Oh,
You
I'm
can
not
play
sure
it.
you
The
want to
question
play
is
with
whether
somebody
you
with
want to play
millions.
some other cards. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to let me crack it out of
Yeah.
the graded card and then let me slip it in and I'll just play. Now, we've had, and I remember in the old days when you're talking about Magic, right? I remember we had people who would come in and have the old vintage Magic cards, and they'll be like, "Well, I have a play set to play."
Yep. A lot
And
of
then I have
people
a
do.
play set that I just collect. And those
That's the
play
goal.
sets, yeah, that is the goal. No matter what, you always have a play set saved and then you're able to play.
Yep. Okay, last question. What do you think the future of TCG, and since it's Pokemon Day, you know, Pokemon in general?
No, I think I think Pokemon is, I think TCG, like I said earlier, we're in the sixth inning, or more like Pokemon. It is just starting, and from that standpoint, the awareness of it, and then the playability of it, and I think specifically, what we try to do, and what Pokemon Day represents is really, a day you could come in and enjoy yourself and have fun,
Yep.
right? That's why, like, we'll have.
We'll have a team part
Yeah,
now,
we're not
too.
having we're not having a trade night, right? Per se, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what we're having is more like, okay, a drawing contest. We're having pack bingo, which is, you open a pack, you name a character, we name a character, see who has it, you win. It's general fun
Yeah.
that comes in with the game itself, and it's something that I believe Pokemon strongly recommend, because if we look at a lot of Pokemons, like if you want to become a professor, if you want to play in there, there's a lot of some people will call it rules, or code of conduct, if you will. But there's always the what always resonate with me. It's really the spirit of the game, right? This, how you are when you're playing it, and that actually extends to how you are from a collecting standpoint, how you are treating one another. So I think the game itself, and they're incredibly creative, would continue to draw more and more collectors. It's more broad-based.
Yep, definitely. And,
I'm
that's
excited
how
about
you
it.
meet your friends.
Yeah, no, that's how you meet your friends, and you never know. There could be people who, got married.
I was going to say, are you going to hold a wedding here soon? Last question. So, Jimmy, just tell them about, your store and what do you do, type of activity?
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of things we say is, like we're like the a jack of all trades, an expert of none. We
They're good at Pokemon, so don't worry.
we do comic books, obviously. We do sports, pop culture, and we do TCG. A lot of things that we work through is to create event, have tournaments that are. We try to be as inclusive as possible.
It's good for the community.
It is. We spend a lot of time on events, on creating the prize structure, so that folks, even if they come, they play.
Yep.
They don't win a single round, but they go home happy.
Yep.
They have packs. They have the experience. They met with one another. They meet new friends, and whether or not they become even more competitive in terms of playing in tournaments worldwide or not, they're able to enjoy themselves here. Like we've seen kids, we've been here for 14 years, that play Magic, Pokemon, that pretty
They're
much
in like
grew up.
world tournaments.
Yeah, they start out like 14, 15, and now they're like 20s, have kids of their own. So it's pretty amazing. You see and you meet all the different people that grow, and that's, I think, what TCG will continue to provide.
I think this is what it's all about in general, Thank you again, Jimmy.
Thank you
for having us. Thank you, and we'll have some fun in your store.
Well, looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If you like this episode, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.